Shanling Audio.
Hard not to love them. The M0, the M5S, the UP2, the UP4, the UP5. Where's the 3? I don't know. MTW200, MTW200. I couldn't be bothered pulling out the box. And today, MTW200. Now, check this out. Have a look at this. This is the M0. First appeared, I think I saw it at CanJam early
2019.
Bluetooth receiver, Bluetooth transmitter. Unbelievable. Unreal. You know, Shanling products, well, Shanling DAPs, I don't know about the Android ones. I haven't tested a Shanling Android-based DAP. But the ones on their proprietary OS have got some of the best battery management I've ever seen. The M5S here has been sitting on my shelf for about a month. I haven't used it. I haven't charged it. But I never turned it off. Now, at the touch of a single touch of a button. Okay, I lied there. Double tap of the button. Boom, it is ready to go. I can play music. Yeah, the battery's getting a bit low, but I swear to God, the deep sleep mode on Shanling DAPs is unreal. I really would love to test one of their Android DAPs sometime. I hope I am able to. But anyway, today's subject, the subject of today's video is the MTW200 TWS True Wireless Earphones from Shanling. It's upside down. Let's get it. What's cracking, audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews. Yes, the MTW200. So here's the MTW300 super, just like the MTW100, super high IPX rating. Can't remember what it was. Probably IPX7 maybe. I can take a shower in these things and they still work. Now the object of today's, or the subject of today's video only has IPX4, but it comes in a very sexy case. However, I don't know how this happened. This has been in my pocket for several days at a time. Probably ended up with some coins or some keys or something, and you can see it got pretty scratched up. You can buy a leather cover online for about $12, I believe. But anyway, I digress. Look at the case. It is a gorgeous case. You know, it reminds me a lot of the MW07 Plus from Master and Dynamic. However, it's obviously much smaller, much more pocketable, but just as prone to getting fingerprints and just as prone to getting scratched, obviously. And there they are. There's the earbuds. Now, the price of the MTW200 is about $89. What you get for that, you get aptX, you get about 9 hours of battery life from the earbuds themselves, and including the charging case, that bumps up to like 42 hours. So that is very impressive indeed. Now, before I get on to the sound and the other good stuff, I've got to get my one big major gripe out of the way, and that is this case just does not support third-party or larger ear tips. So let me show you what I mean. Now, these ear tips are, you know, one of my regular go-tos. They're just some third party. I don't even remember which IM they came with, but you know, they're not huge. They're not huge for me. They're kind of my mediums. But check this out. If I put these on the MTW200 and put them back in the put them back in the case. No, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Why, Shanling? Why? You're an audiophile or enthusiast focused company. You should know that people are going to want to use their own ear tips, third-party ear tips, or maybe it's just me. I could be wrong, but let me just show you one thing. Tronsmart Apollo Bold, I believe is the name. Check this out. Have a look at this. These are the largest ear tips that I own. Look at this. Look at the size of that. Wait, just to put that into context, I've got to show that side by side with the largest ones that come with the MTW200, which is this one. Look at this difference. But the thing is, the point I'm trying to make is, hello, look at that. Hello, look at this. Boom. They fit in there, no worries at all. The case closes. So why, Shanling, did you... I know pocketability is a thing, but come on, you could have spared a couple of extra millimeters just to allow us to put some better tips on there. I mean, come on. That is my one major gripe. Now, admittedly, for most people, that's not going to be a problem. I know I have freak alien big ass ears. Let's continue with the review. That is the case. I love the case. It feels amazing. It feels so good. It's got a single LED on the front to show the battery level. It's got a USB Type-C charging port. And here are the earbuds. It's the stem type design. So those familiar with the AirPods and all that kind of jazz will be very familiar with the shape of these. The tips go on like that. But if you're like me, you have to take them out of the case first and then put the tips on. Major pain in the ass, I gotta tell you, man. It's really been... Oh, I'm pretty butthurt about that, to be honest. But look, they look sweet. And I tell you what, they're very comfortable. I've got them backwards. That's the left, that's the right. They're very comfortable. They look premium. They feel really nice. They're extremely lightweight. So let's move right on to the sound now. And actually, these sound really nice, but there's a caveat, and that is if you bump up the volume pretty high, the treble gets a bit loose. The treble sort of comes alive. The louder you go with these, and they do get pretty loud, the bolder the treble becomes, and that can be a bit of a problem. They do get a little bit strident and they do get a little bit harsh, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's go back to the beginning. The overall sound signature of the MTW200 is, I would say, a light V shape. It's fairly balanced. They do have a nice meaty, punchy bass. Really, really impactful bass, actually. I like it a lot. And the transition from the sub bass to the mid bass is pretty linear. So these got a really nice low sub bass rumble going on. They'll shake in your ears and they give you that real big sort of cinematic impact for bass hits and things as such. Now the mid bass is also, it's got good slam, it's got good impact, it's got great weight, but it's not dominating. It doesn't drown out the mid range. The mid-range is slightly recessed, as you would expect, but, you know, vocals are pretty upfront, very articulate, it's pretty good clarity, and then you've got the treble, which is, I would say it's a little bit dry. It's kind of a stark treble with a pretty fast decay on it. The extension is quite good, but it's quite nice. It's good if you're listening at low to moderate volumes, but when you turn up the volume, it does get a bit harsh and it kind of leaps a bit forward and you lose some of the coherency in the overall sound signature. So apart from the treble, the overall sound is really good, but it's only a problem if you turn up the volume loud. But I've actually been enjoying these quite a lot. I would like to see some improvements in the treble. Same with the MTW200 here, but I would like to see Shanling maybe, I don't know, change the tuning of the treble, or maybe perhaps try a different driver, or just do something to smoothen out and round out those treble notes a little bit. But anyway, the overall sound is pretty good. I've been quite impressed. I love the battery life, like 9 hours with these. 8 to 9 hours is really nice. The quality of the microphone as well is very good. I'll give you an example here. So here's an example of the built-in microphone on the Shanling MTW200. How do you like that?
I can hear some little birdies outside. I'm in my room at the moment, so it's pretty quiet. But as you can hear, the tone of the mic is, yeah, it's really nice. Great for calls.
So as you can hear, the quality of the built-in microphones is really good. So your voice during phone calls is nice and clear. It's also great for video conferencing, Zoom calls, etc. And overall, it's a really nice TWS earphone. I just wish that the case was a little bit more accommodating for larger tips. And for that reason alone, this is not going to be something that I'll pick up on the regular. I will stick with the MTW200, and I can actually use the stock tips on these ones, which are a bit larger than these ones for some reason. It's just a bit frustrating, but for the regular users out there, this is a really nice earphone. If you're looking for something in the sub $100 range, I would actually recommend these. A comparison that probably a few people will be interested in is with the Moondrop Sparks. It actually comes in at the same price of around $89. I don't have the IEMs here. I think they're downstairs at the moment, so I'm just going to show you the box. Yeah, I know. It's been a hard day, but in terms of sound audio quality, I think the Sparks is probably a little bit ahead. It's more kind of aligned to the audiophile tuning. It follows their Moondrop's VDSF audio target, which is close to the Harman target, but a little bit lighter in some regards. This one has less bass impact, but it's got a cleaner mid-range and it's got a smoother treble as well. It does have a somewhat rolled off upper treble, but it still sounds light and airy at the same time because the bass is so controlled and the bass is much tighter. And overall, I think, you know, it's really going to depend on what your preferences are. There isn't a clear winner in regards to the audio quality of these two. Like I like the extra low frequency response that the MTW200 has. I like that extra bass impact, but at the same time I appreciate the nice clean mid-range of the Sparks here. Both of them don't really have any extra features, and both of them are fairly similar when it comes to battery life as well. The charging case for the Sparks is significantly bigger. If you want to know more about the Sparks, check out my Sparks video. I'll leave a card here if I think of it later on. But you could also check out the written review on the website. But I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. That is the Shanling MTW200 TWS IM. I think it is very nice. I'm really pleased with the battery life, the fit, the build. The case is beautiful. Wish they would fit larger ear tips. But as far as the sound goes, it's really nice. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, Parfam audiophile style. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see more stuff like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And until next time, see you later.